John Bevere, your book, Driven by Eternity, is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Why is eternity and why is this book going to change people's lives? How do you help us tonight with this book?
Matt and Lori, it makes no difference where anyone is in life, what we're doing in life. We will never understand our life or this life in general unless we see it through the eyes of eternity. Many, and I'm talking Christians, really don't see life through the eyes of eternity. They see it through 70 or 80 years. When you have a 70 or 80 year perspective, you will live differently than if you have an eternal perspective. I was in Brazil 11 months ago, and I flew down there to Goiânia. It's, I think, the 4th or 5th largest city in Brazil. And they asked me to speak to the pastors and leaders of a church network. So they drive me to the arena, and there's 12,500 pastors and leaders in this arena. Wow. And the passion was unreal. I mean, electrifying, okay? And so the next day I'm at lunch with like 8 of the top leaders of this organization. I said, okay, how many people are in your churches? Because they had several churches. They said over 300,000 people. And I said, wow, that's huge. I said, when did you guys begin? Who did it start with? And they said, and I'm thinking they're going to say 40, 50 years ago. And they said, well, we started 16 years ago in 1999 with one man, and they said his name. And I about dropped my fork. I'm like, what? You mean to tell me you have built a church network of over 300,000 people in a first world nation in 16 years? They said, yeah. I said, how do you do that? And I thought for sure, Matt and Lori, they were going to say to me, it's because of our home cell groups. But without even batting an eye, without even pausing, hesitating, the leader who spoke the best English looked right at me and goes, it's because we teach our people on eternal rewards and judgment. He said, we teach them on the judgment seat of Christ. He said, now, John, I've been to many churches in America and conferences. He said, Americans don't teach it. So basically it comes down to this. When you see life through eternity, you will pursue things differently. You will live differently. Your goals will become different. You will endure things that you wouldn't necessarily endure. C.S. Lewis made this comment. He said, the people, if you study church history, the people that made the greatest impact in this world are precisely those who thought most about the next. He said it is since Christians have become less next world minded that they have become so ineffective in this one. Why is that? Because they don't see life in perspective. Life is not about 70 or 80 years. We are talking eternity here.